Hey, good evening everybody. Coach Greg Skelly here with another episode of WOD Doctors. So this episode is a brief investigation of some of the stuff that could traditionally be considered healthy, but is a little less optimal of a choice, a food selection. So we're basically talking about what categories of food are a little less than optimal if your goal is to be as lean as possible and be powered up with energy, which is, for most people, their key objective in CrossFit. They want to look awesome and take body fat off while keeping all the muscle on and fueling optimal performance in a Metcon. So here are some general categories that you want to keep in mind. One is snack bars, another is fruit, a third is drinkables, and fourth, brown potatoes. We'll talk about these things individually. So first up, snack bars. If you want to eat healthy and stay on plan and avoid like added sugars and things, there's two categories of snack bars that I know of that fall neatly into this category. One is RX bars and one is Lara bars, at least some kinds of Lara bars. Not all kinds of Lara bars, by the way, are a good idea. There are some that have chocolate in the ingredients list, and there are some that have peanuts in the ingredients list. And if leaning out is the objective, then those two categories aren't necessarily the best choices. But if we talk about Lara bars in general and RX bars in general, it's really easy if you have a snack bar to fall into the trap of treating that as a meal replacement. And there's no snack bar that is ever going to be as good as an actual Whole Foods meal. So right off the bat, it's structurally a subpar choice. And as is well stated many places online, you look at a Lara bar, while it is actually a fruit and nut bar, it is essentially candy. And the Lara bars and RX bars, because of their heavy emphasis on fruits and nuts, they can tend to be relatively high glycemic with around 26 grams of sugar in each one. Are they on plan for almost all nutrition programs? Yes. Are they an optimal choice? No. Treat those more as like a plan C or a plan D if plans A and B fall through. They're a backup. They are not the main course. Next up, fruit. Let's talk about fruit. So it is God's candy. It is designed to be God's dessert. It is not designed to be a significantly large portion of your nutrition program, because fruit is a natural source of sugar, fructose. While it is healthy and you should definitely have it in your diet, it should comprise a smaller portion of your diet than vegetables should. Vegetables are a much more optimal carbohydrate source for your body, for your workout. So please keep that in mind, that fruit should be after the vegetables. Talk about vegetables, 2/3 of your plate is a really good starting point for how much vegetable to have. Fruit should be about a palm size or a handful size, and that should be dessert for after the rest of the carbohydrates you've consumed. This is especially true if you're looking to lean out. It's true for everybody. It's true that fruit should not be a main course in a meal. It should be after the main course. But for anybody, especially those looking to cut down body fat in their workouts, this is especially valuable. It's also a shorter term energy source, meaning it's more prone to spikes and drops, peaks and valleys. Energy is more characteristic of anything that's high glycemic, like many kinds of fruit. So keep that in mind also. Higher glycemic is generally a signal that something is going to be less optimal for how you feel and how you perform. All right, next up, drinkables. Talking especially about prepared juices. Like if you can buy it at the store and it's already prepared juice, that is probably a red flag almost by nature. And it's going to be extrapolated out to include other things like smoothies or just generally like drinkable nutrition. And not hating on it. It's got its place in your nutrition plan. A lot of folks love to use drinkables for post-workout because it's the sort of thing you can bring with you. It's lightweight, it's easy to carry, and it's easy to shotgun something like that after a workout is done. Caution you though that just like the snack bars needs to not become the main course of your meal. And if your breakfast is a smoothie, you're kind of getting your day off to a less, it could have been off to a better start. Like having actual whole foods at any meal is always going to be the better choice. Depending on what kind of smoothie you're having, depending on what kind of drinkable you're having, there are kinds of fruit juices, there are smoothies that you could have that would still let you lean out, but doing drinkable food is going to be a crutch. And as quickly as possible, we do encourage everybody to try and get into the habit of having solid whole foods meals on the regular at every meal as quickly as possible. Trouble with a lot of drinkables is that they do tend to be higher glycemic, and it further feeds the sugar demons, the sugar addiction that so many people struggle with. And the beauty of drinkables is that they are very convenient, and a lot of them are super delicious. Just know that even with post-workout meals, even then, having something that's solid food versus a drinkable is a better choice. Final category is potatoes. I love potatoes. A lot of people love potatoes. I'm talking particularly like mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, and fries. Now, depending on how you make these things, if you make them with ghee versus standard butter, they would probably be acceptable in almost any nutrition challenge you ever did, any kind of nutrition challenge. Potatoes are a healthy food. Depending on who you talk to, they're a vegetable also. It's something to keep in mind that potatoes, like these other things we're talking about here, are by their very nature higher glycemic. And because they're higher glycemic, you have to use them very sparingly and with some reservation that other kinds of vegetables will be a better carbohydrate choice for fueling your workouts, for recovering from your workouts, and for having consistent blood sugar levels. So are mashed potatoes okay? Are certain kinds of fries okay? Are baked potatoes okay? Yeah, but sparingly. Bias toward colorful vegetables first. That's definitely going to serve you better, give you better energy, and let your workout help your workout performance at a higher level. So, talked about lar bars, talked about fruit, talked about drinkables, and brown potatoes. Common theme through all of these things, they are all higher glycemic. They tend to promote a quicker spike in blood sugar, but by consequence also a quicker drop with blood sugar, and that does not help with your workout performance or other things in life either. So keep that in mind. While it is healthy, these things should be used sparingly. So Dr. Greg Skelly here, signing off with another episode of WOD Doctors, helping you guys make the best choices to optimize your workout.